All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. If you need a roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting. Give us a call on the 412-575-2600 on the Borders and Borders hotline. And if you want to reach me on Twitter, at Richie Walsh or at Ron Cook PG. Hey, Ron, I just put something up on Twitter, a poll. What will happen first? West Virginia wins the NCAA tournament, Pitt back in the NCAA tournament, Duquesne in the NCAA tournament, or Pirates make the playoffs?
That's an impossible call. I don't like any of those odds. West Virginia's 2 in the country, so I guess theoretically they can win 6 games come March, but obviously that's not going to be easy. Duquesne, Damrod is building something there. They lost a tough one tonight at VCU. They were ahead, 13 in the second half, and boy, they had a chance to start out really a nice undefeated start in the A-10. Didn't get it done. I think Pitt's going to get killed at home tomorrow night by Duke. And the Pirates, it's pretty hard to get excited about what they're doing these days.
Yeah, right now in that unscientific poll, you have Pitt winning, narrow margin there over Duquesne, both getting back in the NCAA tournament. I would vote for Pitt. I think Pitt would make the NCAA tournament before any of that happening. I don't think West Virginia is going to win the NCAA tournament, but they could. They're second in the country. I like the way Duquesne's playing. There's a lot of excitement over there. I think they'll get back, but that's probably a 3-year, 4-year. And the Pirates, who knows what's going to happen with the Pirates. I cannot believe, Ron, they have not made any move, anything, nothing. With what happened at the end of the year and how the fan base was so upset, they haven't done anything.
No.
It amazes me.
You know, you keep hearing they're going to trade Garrett Cole, they're going to trade Andrew McCutchen. Obviously, Neil Huntington's not going to make those moves unless he gets back what he wants. But it's still a long way to go before spring training. Let's see what happens, and then certainly a long way to go before April 1st. But I don't know how you get excited about them when they have done nothing to improve. I'm with you.
All right, Big Will out in Monroeville. What's up, Big Will?
Hey, gentlemen. How are you this evening?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Thank you for taking my call. I wanted to ask you about Le'Veon Bell and his carries for this week. Do you really try to overload him against Jacksonville, or do you split him with Ridley?
You know, it's a good question.
I play him a lot. I mean, he's fresh. He's ready to go. He's only got to get through 3 games for them to win the Super Bowl. It's nice to know they got the backup now. Ridley looked very good the other day against Cleveland, but again, it was against Cleveland. I'm going with my horse. I'm going with Bell.
Yeah, I think he potentially could break one. I mean, they have a good front there. You saw what they did to Buffalo, but they got a good secondary too. But if Bell can get past that first wave, he could break something off here, and I'm
not worried about backups now. They're in the playoffs.
The only way I think, honestly, and maybe I'm not right here, but the only way I see the Steelers losing if they suffer a big injury to a major component of this team, like Ben Roethlisberger. They can give Antonio Brown, I think,
with any team, pretty much. I think. Tom Brady goes down. I don't like Brian Hoyer's chances of leading them.
Yeah, neither do I. All right, back out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Wes in the South Side. How you doing, Wes? Wes, you there?
Going, guys? Yes, I'm here. How's it going, guys? Thanks for taking my call.
Yep, thanks for calling.
Hey, no problem. Ron, you're a pretty buttoned-up guy in the city of Pittsburgh. Glad to talk to you.
My pleasure.
Hey, well, my question here tonight is the Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of talk about this defense. Would you compare it to the early 2000 Baltimore Ravens?
It's not that good. It's good. Secondary, the corners are Pro Bowlers, both of them. That Jalen Ramsey's terrific play.
Yeah.
The pass rushes, Calais Campbell could be a defensive player of the year. They're very good. I don't know that I quite put them. Baltimore, that 2000 defense is considered one of the best top 2 or 3 of all time. I'm not quite ready to put Jacksonville there.
That's the only way they get by the Steelers and the Patriots, if they do it defensively like Baltimore did, because
get 5 turnovers like they did when they came here.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer. I mean, you're not winning. You don't win games with that offense, like you're not winning games with Blake Bortles. Back out to the phone lines. Let's go out to Rick in Elizabeth. How you doing, Rick?
Hey guys, thanks for taking the call. Appreciate it.
Yep.
I wanted to bring up a guy's name that I've been kind of out of the loop a little bit, so you guys may have mentioned him, but a guy for Pittsburgh in the defensive backfield, Mike Hilton, second-year kid from Mississippi. I believe he's from Mississippi. This kid makes, every time I see him on the field, he makes plays. He makes plays happen, and he seems very, very cerebral, and you know, he covered Gronk on 2 occasions and knocked passes down, and it just seems like he has a knack. And wanted to see what you thought, and about him getting maybe a little bit more time as the playoffs unfold.
He plays a lot. He's the slot corner, and he's on the field a lot. He gets a lot of snaps. I agree with you. I mean, he's been outstanding. I don't know. He's not a very big man, though. I don't know if he can cover Gronkowski, because the size thing would be such a difference. But he's been an outstanding player, and showed you, you know, that Bill Belichick isn't always right. He was with New England and barely got a look and got cut. Steelers.
Yeah, and he has an ability to get to the quarterback, and I think the Steelers found that this year, and they're putting him in the right spot to be successful. I still think that they're going to have a matchup problem when they get to New England if they face the Patriots. If they win, I think both the favorites win this week in the AFC. I think you'll see a Steelers, New England, and Gronkowski is the guy that you're going to have to try to figure out how to stop in New England.
Well, they whacked the Steelers last year without Gronkowski.
They did.
So that just adds to the mix. Every time he's played against them, he's really hurt them. Hey, to me, he's the best tight end in history of the league. I mean, I've watched Mike Ditka and John Mackey and Tony Gonzalez and you name them.
Antonio Gates. You just got to throw it up to this guy.
You name. And I thought Brady described it very well that day he played here against the Steelers. He said, they may look like 50-50 balls to you, but he said, but they're really 95-5 balls my way, going my guy's way. So.
Yeah, and he doesn't miss too many plays. And, you know, it's amazing. You didn't even hear his name when he played for Woodland Hills. George Novak hardly ever used him on offense.
What a great play.
I know. It is amazing what he's been able to do in the NFL. All right. We're going to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls, some of your tweets coming up next. Stay right there.